I have kick fatigue because every time I hear about this platform, it's always some disturbing stuff. If you're not aware, a French kick streamer by the name of Raphael Grave, who goes by Jean Pormanov or GP online, died on August 18th in his sleep after partaking in a 10-day torture stream. If the story couldn't get any worse, he has been getting tortured by his friends for the past 2 years. I will not go into extreme details about the type of torture he endured since YouTube's moderation is unpredictable, so I don't want to take any chances, but I will link to a Twitter thread that does, which also includes video proof. Just a trigger warning, it's really bad. They treated him like a rag doll, sleep deprived him, and force-fed him harmful substances like laxatives. Mind you, this man had cardiovascular problems and a mental disability. I bring this up because there's a crowd of people trying to defend the demons that killed him, especially H3H3 fans, since their Lord and Savior announced he was joining the platform around the same time of JP's passing. So a lot of people are reasonably getting mad at him. This deplorable group of people's main line of defense is that he was a grown man that consented to all of this. Like, no, he wasn't just a grown man. He was a grown man with issues that impairs his ability to consent to certain things. And even if he was a perfectly able-bodied man, snuff is still illegal. On top of the issues I have already stated, he was also financially struggling. He lived with his parents on benefits. Once the torture streams became profitable, he was paid around 6,000 euros a month, which is about $6,963.71, despite them making over 20,000 euros a month, which is $23,321.36. Just to compare, from a quick Google search, the average person in France on benefits gets about 1,276.80 euros per month, which is $1,481.88. Considering he lived in Nice, where the monthly cost of living for a family of 4 is $4,122.9. Divide that by 2 since he lived with his mom. That's about $2,061.45. There was also a lot of manipulation going on. They made him believe they were the only thing he has to stability. They also repeatedly threatened him when he wanted to leave, all while Kick promoted this channel on numerous occasions. In short, I bring this all up to say that this man was in a vulnerable position. Of course he was going to take the offer, but that doesn't make him any less of a victim since there was an imbalance of power at play. It's really sick seeing people trying to defend that god-awful platform because they have a hate boner for Twitch. Like, yeah, I too hate the double standard Twitch has when it comes to moderation, but Kick is objectively worse. Like, how can you see a platform that allows rampant pedophilia, snuff, among other horrible things, and be like, the site that allows e-girls and cheating VTubers is worse cause freedom of expression. Honestly, screw those people. They don't even believe in freedom of anything considering their constant harassment campaigns to shut down anything woke. Speaking of Kick glaciers, Aiden Ross and Drake announced that they were gonna pay for JP's funeral costs, and this just pisses me off because I don't know about Drake, but I do know that Aiden has a lot of influence over Kick. I mean, he literally said it himself. So he could have just put an end to this man's suffering, but chose not to because he probably saw no financial benefit to it. Since I called BS that he wasn't aware because of the continental barriers, considering that it was one of the biggest Kick channels and how quick he was to announce this kind gesture. In case you guys don't know, most rich people only do these kinds of things because of a tax write-off, since if they really cared for marginalized groups, they would no longer be wealthy, and that's an inconvenience most won't take. Anyways, the French police are investigating this matter and initially arrested the perpetrators, then released them due to lack of evidence. These despicable human beings are already lawyered up. Their main defense right now is weaponizing his health issues as the reason for his death. This proves the opposite point that they're trying to make, since it shows that these men were indeed taking advantage of an ill man, meaning that he couldn't have consented to these matters. They also pulled "it's just a prank" card by saying that all the torture torture was scripted, which as someone who has watched snippets of the videos posted online since I can't stomach so much violence, this is objectively untrue. The pain that man was feeling was very much genuine. I hope JP's mom or any of his family members move forward and sue them, but considering that most of this happened on the internet to someone that isn't in the high income bracket, I doubt this will amount to anything, but considering France the country of liberté, I have my hopes. This is where I'm gonna be ending off this video. Rip JP and screw Kick. May their downfall be upon us soon.